Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this global factory that we call the world. Yeah, I just thought I would reach out, with the mental health issue, very high on the agenda at the moment. So I want to take you back to sort of 35 years ago. We had mental health establishments, we had mental patients in mental hospitals, mental health was being looked after. And then a prime minister came into power and basically sold all the property off so they could make money out of them. And then it made this wonderful thing called care in the community. And it just brings to me to care in the community. What's that about? Is it I don't care? Makes me care? Well, it sort of wraps up because there's so many different mood altering chemicals out there today, as well as the legal ones, obviously. And just beggars belief that there's so much mental health needs to be addressed in this country, and it's not just because of COVID. And it's just strange. It just keeps on, people putting up and living with partners or having relationships because they don't feel worthy, or you know domestic violence. Let's have it right. Domestic violence isn't just men against women; it's women against men as well. Uh, it's just occurred to me that self harm must be going through the roof right now. Self harming, cutting yourself because you're unable to feel. And because you're unable to feel, you cut yourself, you give pain, and that helps you feel. And I just, it's stupid. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, and we did a bit of a clearing up, and I found my granddaughter's doll. I've yet to see a plump doll. So, what image does that give a young girl or a young boy? Come to that, what image does that give? Is that the you know, perfect body that you have? So if you're not like your doll, you're fed already that you're different, or you're fat, or you're frumpy, or which adds to the mental health, doesn't it? Because if you're conformed and was all the same, wouldn't life be boring? It's nice to have. I've got a pimple on my nose at the moment. It was a scratch this morning. It's okay. I'm not going to sit there and focus on it. Now I've just said it, you're looking at it, but that's okay. I'm human. I'm faffable. I'm going to make mistakes, but I learn by them. I'm going to change this ring light because it seems a bit bright. So we're going to change it to that. It makes me a bit more glowy rather than, it makes me a bit more human, I suppose. Makes the pimple show up a bit more anyway. But mental health. What are we feeding? Are we giving positive affirmations to our children, to each other? Come to that, I don't know. It just got the old brain and matter sort of chumbling away up there this evening, and I've just come off a meeting, and it's nice. It really is nice to be around like-minded, crazy people like me. And today's Sunday, and it's a day of rest. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I just thought I'd put myself out there quickly. We'll have some questions and answers to address tomorrow night. So share this, subscribe, like. Let me get out there, see what we can do. Hopefully, I'll be a bit more emanated tomorrow and a bit more, because now I've got the ring light. I can go to town. Yay! It's all right, this ring light, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's what it's about. What? You know, I keep on saying the same sort of stuff at the moment, but I think there's an underlying elephant in the room that we need to really address, and that addresses that we're all individuals, and be kind to people, considerate, be loving, be tolerant. Everyone's got problems. We wouldn't be human if we weren't. And what someone else's problem you could see as a solution, but to that person when they're in that problem, it's the world's on their shoulders. It's that time of year. We talk about Christmas. More suicide goes through the roof because of the pressure of Christmas. The real art of giving, living is giving. Giving of your time, giving of your experience, giving gifts. And it isn't what you give; it's to receive. You give it because you can. And that's what you would like. We're not here for very long, really, in the big scale of things. And I was talking to someone today, and it sort of really did occur to me that COVID-19 really did stop the world. And as much you don't want to acknowledge that, it really has. It stopped us, and it showed you that one thing can actually just stop the world in its tracks. And we've tried to work with it, we've tried to work around it. And, I hope I'm wrong, and I pray I'm wrong. And COVID's long gone. We're going to be not dealing with the outcome of COVID, but the longitude of mental health is really going to come out. Because we like to interact, we like to hug, we like to touch. That's our species. That's what we are as humans. There's a lot of people that they won't hug their relative because they fear of this and fear of that. It's crazy. That disease has changed us as a human species and made us really consider that we are just affable, and the mental health of that. I've seen some children of late, and just so scared. Scared of giving you a hug or a kiss or show you some affection because they're scared that they might catch COVID. It's something you can't see and it's something you can't touch. So, our minds play tricks on us. Well, it can't be that bad, and I'm not going to get it. But it's out there. And what is that doing to our children's mind? The youngsters, Are they going to grow up being unattached, unfeeling, unloving, uncaring because of that barrier? Is their mental health going to be somewhat different to our mental health? I'm not the arbitrator of anyone's conduct of anything. I just see a point of view, and I think it's valid to talk about it. In a loving, tolerant way. That I'm not here to make a judgment. Just thought I'd share that before I went to bed tonight or this morning. And I just wanted to say that if you watch this and you feel a bit unloved or a bit uncared for, I love you today. I truly do. Because love conquers all. So, as I said at the beginning, I say at the end, please like and subscribe. I'm John J. Brooke. I'm a recovered alcoholic addict. And my thoughts for this morning is that. Thank you very much for watching. wait for the next instalment of questions and answers.